Part 381. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3801. So you're not sure, either. Damn it. Wouldn't it really be hit by that bastard? If these foreigners escape from my defense area, it will be over. The Lord City Lord will never let me go. Damn it. That idiot Talha didn't speak clearly. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, frowned, dissatisfied. Forward. Master Quaid, then what shall we do now? In case this group of people really did something in our Tianlin city, if the Lord City Master blames them, this is not a small matter. Lugaz, the third-class god general of Tianlin city, opened his mouth, and at the moment he also seemed a little uninitiated, and his eyes trembled slightly as he spoke. The situation is such a situation, it seems very fragmented. I don't know if it's not a small matter. Asshole. The key lies in how this matter should be handled. What's the use of delaying like this? Walk. Follow that bastard Talha. This guy said so confidently, maybe this guy really found something. It's fine if you catch these people successfully, but if it turns out that these people are all foreigners and let them run away, I'll hum that bastard Tahar. Damn it. What is this all about? It's a mess, it's extremely messy. Following this trend, I still don't know what it will look like. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, licked his lips, and his eyes couldn't help but jump as he spoke. Now it can only be led by the nose. Otherwise it's not known what's going to happen next. The situation is crumbling little by little. Bastard thing. When I figure out what's in it, if there's one, the other will be counted. Talha, you bastard, what are you doing running so fast? The second-class god of the Protoss cast Quaid's eyes into the distance, frowning, his eyes couldn't help trembling, his thoughts were full of thoughts, and his consciousness gradually became chaotic. Talha's eyes were particularly blood-red. This time must not be missed. If you miss it again, you won't have such a good opportunity. Now it feels within reach. Right in front of you. You only need to hook your hands to catch these bastards. Closer. Closer. We'll catch up with them in no time. Whirring. So excited, so excited. This time, nothing can go wrong. Hold on, you must hold on mentally. This is the most important thing. Once there is an accident, no one can escape. Yes. Don't be nervous. Absolutely don't be nervous. To sum up the previous lessons, there must be no emotional fluctuations. If someone comes to restrain me, I don't have to bother. Capture the enemy first and capture the king. Yes. Catch the leader of this group of mysterious aliens first, and the others won't be able to make a fuss even if they want to. In this case, they can only die. At that time, it's not up to me to decide. Call. If that's the case, what else do I have to worry about? Do not worry. Although they are mysterious, their combat effectiveness is just like that. The third-class god General Talha of the Protoss blinked his sleepy bloody eyes, and at this moment, the veins on his forehead began to protrude. It is difficult to express in words the excitement at the moment. Now you don't have to worry about the others. Gather your whole body and mind here, there is absolutely no possibility of any accidents. Never will. The speed can be more explosive. Thinking silently in my heart, my thoughts are bursting out in an all-round way. Take your life. Die. Talha couldn't help roaring, and then headed straight to kill Fang Fan. In fact, Fang Fan had already discovered this guy. Just didn't pay much attention at first. Thinking of this guy running 2 steps, he stopped. Who would have thought that this guy wanted to kill himself so urgently? It's just a look of reluctance. How big a blood feud is this? How did it reach such a level? Fang Fan raised his eyebrows slightly, thinking to himself, and various thoughts gradually surged in his mind. Feeling it this time, it's a different feeling. Interesting, really interesting. This gaudy rhythm is also super strong. I felt the position for a while, my thoughts gradually boiled, and everything was silent. Fang Fan's eyes were lowered slightly, the corners of his mouth raised silently, and he was immediately happy. Master, this guy is still chasing him, what should we do? Or should I go and kill him? Shen Qi raised his eyebrows slightly, and immediately began to take the initiative to invite Ying. He is a weak demigod, and he is conceded that he can still solve Talha in a short time. Need not. Don't be put off by this guy. Just shoot a wave. Fang Fan didn't even lift his eyelids. To him, this wasn't a big deal at all. Gothic Destroyer Gatling Legion listens to orders. Fire. Get rid of him. Fang Fan shrugged, and then ordered directly. Obey my lord. Hanston, the head of the Gothic Gatling Legion, held his head high, and then took the lead in switching the Gatling gun in his hand. At the same time, 5 or 6 Gothic Gatling gunners also switched. He moved to the position of the muzzle of the gun, and immediately started shooting at Talha. Talha saw the familiar muzzle of the Gatling machine, with a look of disdain on his face. Small tricks, but you dare to make an axe. Humph. It's ridiculous. Talha didn't care at all. It's not like he hasn't fought this mysterious weapon before. I have to admit that the range attack power of this mysterious weapon is indeed powerful, and it has the aura of being one man in charge of one man and one man in charge. But after all, the attack strength is a little bit, only limited to the Holy Realm. I remember that at the beginning, it seemed that even the defense of Zhu Dianzhenjun could not be broken, let alone him as a demigod. It seems that this group of foreigners is also at the end of their rope. To deal with me, you can only use this old method. It seems that this time the god will return with a full reward. Call. This time I finally have a chance to take revenge. Excellent opportunity, absolutely not to be missed. Revenge. Revenge. Must have revenge. This damn it all. This idea must be steadfast. Spurt. Full thrust. The posture of gnashing teeth is fully displayed, the excited heart, trembling hands, everything is shaking in full feeling, bursting out in an all-round way. The taste in it is even more telling to that person. The current sense of rhythm is super strong. Invincible. Immediately invincible. Talha didn't dodge at all, and continued to charge forward. The current posture can be called a warrior. The brave are invincible. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3802. A true warrior dares to face the bleak life and face up to the dripping blood. At least the latter Talha did. Several Gatling machine guns began to bombard at the same time. Boom. Bang bang bang. In an instant, hundreds of bullets formed a cluster of ammunition, and then frantically attacked and killed them. Mixed with an unparalleled wind of attack and killing, it seems to completely obliterate everything in front of you. Until the bullet was fired, the smile on Talha's face still remained. When the bullet entered his chest, his complexion completely changed. Stab. Click. Even if he dodged in time, 7 or 8 bullets entered his chest at this moment. If it were the same as before, these bullets would not even be able to penetrate his defenses, leaving a white mark on the surface of his body. But now the bullet completely ignored his defenses, and shot viciously into his chest. The warm blood was gurgling down, and the scene looked quite shocking. For a moment, I didn't know what to say, and my whole person seemed a little messy. Eyes trembling, all words, let alone who to say. It's numb, it's really numb now. A lot of words were blocked in his mouth, and he couldn't speak them no matter what. Impossible. Impossible. Obviously there is no such power. Why did it become like this? What the hell happened? This attack power is already at the level of a demigod. Whirring. I couldn't even pierce Ju Dianzhenjun before, but now the quasi-demigod can ignore it. The growth rate of this group of people is too fast. A confidence big trouble. An absolute confidence big trouble. If you don't get rid of this serious problem, you don't know what will happen in the future. Crazy, so crazy. Ghost knows how to change. Whirring. Next, what are we going to do next? Talha is a bit more aggressive, but he is not a fool, and he still has the instinct to seek advantages and avoid disadvantages. Knowing that you can't do it, making unnecessary sacrifices, sometimes it's actually a symbol of stupidity. Talha didn't hesitate at all, and immediately began to run wildly. His body swam frantically towards the ground, although it seemed as if he could punch a hole, he burrowed directly into the ground, and in a blink of an eye, he couldn't see anyone. Hiding too really fast. My lord, I'll catch him. Shen Qiu was going to go over and capture Talha back. Never mind. Don't make extra trouble. Let's go. It's just a third-class general, it's not a big problem. Don't delay our business. When I come back next time, I can see this old friend again. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised slightly, and a playful look appeared on his face. It's interesting, it's really interesting, and when you feel it a little bit, the fun has a sense of endlessness. Thousands of thoughts, confused consciousness, everything is silent. It's useless to think too much, just calm down and do whatever you want with this money. Fang Fan smiled calmly, and all kinds of thoughts in his heart fluttered. Fang Fan led the people to move further afield. The pursuers of Tianlin City behind him couldn't pursue them at all, and the soldiers of Huangji City, the Earth-Sha City, dared not stop them. How many heads did they have? Dare to die here? Since everyone knows that this thing is for death, they will definitely not do it. Staying in the moment, isn't it delicious? Do you have to run over there to do what you have and what you don't have, and then put your own life in it, and then feel comfortable in your heart? This idea, this thinking, really seems to be extremely weird. All kinds of bells and whistles are being superimposed in an all-round way. Nothing. This. That's it? The rhythm is a bit chaotic, and the consciousness is even more unclear. With a strong enough military force as a guarantee, it is not impossible for Wanjun to go straight from it. Cool. It's so cool. Is this rushing over? This envoy hasn't shown his skills yet. The group of Protoss has no one-hit enemies at all. Hey, it was too easy when I came here, I didn't have any sense of experience. I haven't felt the taste yet. It's really, a fly in the ointment. Fang Fan, you can do it. These legions around you have become stronger again. When I was a child, I knew that you must be good. Now look. Take a good look, am I right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to follow you all the time. From now on, we will come to Tianlin City whenever we want. Enter as if at home. Bai Biao has always been used to enhance the atmosphere. No matter how cold the scene is, as long as he is there, it will definitely become lively in an instant. When everyone gathers together, they can't help but cheer a few times. Fang Fan smiled calmly and didn't say much. It's appropriate to take a break at this time. It's not a big problem, everything is in a normal rhythm. Cough. Boy Fang Fan. We're out of danger now, too. Then what, did we forget something? Bai Biao rolled his eyes, and then couldn't help reminding him. If you don't have anything to do, you can either rape or steal. This sentence should be completely on Bai Biao. Maybe this guy is still thinking about something in his heart now? In his head, those crooked ways and evil ways are probably shrouded in madness. The sense of bells and whistles is gradually strengthening. Feel it a little bit, and the taste will be in place. What's up? Are you all right? Aren't we all out here? What? Could it be that you left something behind in the city lord's mansion? Fang Fan shrugged and said calmly. Bai Piao. Don't admit it? Starting to play sloppy? That. Are we having fun? We mean it, that's what it means. While talking, Bai Piao's eyes trembled crazily, and the wretched expression on his face was vividly revealed. The sense of bells and whistles is being strengthened in an all-round way. Numb. Immediately numb. What is going on in this guy's head? The sense of bells and whistles is being strengthened in an all-round way. Speak English. I don't understand your nonsense. Fang Fan curled his lips and didn't think about it at all. How could he have the energy to guess riddles with Bai Piao here now? He was still thinking about the divine ladder and the ancient Da Nang cave mansion. It's a fragment of the divine stone. Boy Fang Fan, we took 25 million fragments of the divine stone together. Do you have to give me some share or something? Cough. If you can achieve 10%, then there are 2.5 million. Add in the fragments of the little 100,000 god stone that I lent you before, and the total is 2.6 million. Round up, just give me 3 million. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3803. Bai Piao held his head high and held his chest high, and immediately tried to see him, without hiding the slightest bit. What I want is the fragments of the divine stone. Fang Fan was stunned for a moment, and just now realized that what made this guy so interested, except for the elf girl Yaya, seemed to be the god stone fragments and star cores. This guy is pure layman. But Huahua is locked up. This is really good, not artificial. Oh. 3 million god stone fragments, right. No problem. You write a note and I'll sign it for you. Fang Fan nodded and said sincerely. Bai Piao's eyes suddenly flickered infinitely. I see AO. Did happiness come so suddenly? In fact, he didn't have such a high price in his heart, so he just waited for Fang Fan to bargain. From Bai Piao's point of view, he is satisfied if he can get 1 million pieces of divine stones. Happiness does not come too suddenly. I really didn't expect it. The 3 million pieces of the divine stone are about to be obtained. Fang Fan boy, I love you. I knew you were generous. Hey. If I had known that you agreed so readily, I would have asked for more just now. Mistake. Really a mistake. Bai Piao felt rather greedy, looking at what was in the bowl and thinking about what was in the pot. Swipe. Bai Piao wrote the note in minutes. It almost said that the payment of 3 million god stone fragments was collected and the like. Fang Fan nodded and signed his order without any ink marks. All right. Everything is done. Keep the note well. Fang Fan looked at Bai Piao, and while he was talking, the smile on his face increased. This time, the feeling was in place, and it seemed very interesting. In this wave, his thoughts immediately drifted away. Well, it actually felt good. Cough. No, shouldn't this note be given to you, Fang Fan? Fang Fan, did you forget something? The note has been typed. Where are my 3 million god stone fragments? Give it to me. Bai Piao blinked, his face couldn't help showing anticipation. Now what he's thinking about is actually this thing. Thinking to himself, his eyes couldn't help flickering with a different kind of brilliance. There are thousands of thoughts and ideas are surging. At the moment, there is quite a sense of excitement. Very exciting, very abrupt. I've typed all the notes for you, you just need to keep the notes. Shards of the God Stone or something, I will exchange them for you when I have so many fragments of the God Stone in my hand. It's not a big problem. Fang Fan nodded and said seriously. Bai Piao. What the hell am I? Are you serious? What exactly do you mean by that? Why am I not quite understanding? Is this an empty-handed white wolf? Ah! Look at this posture, isn't it like this? Wipe. Boy Fang Fan. Your kid is playing with me like this. Fang Fan boy, I was praising you just now, you turn your face around and don't recognize anyone. I am CAO. Boy Fang Fan, you really can't do this. I want fragments of the God Stone. It's a real thing. You give me a white note, even if you write 1,000,000,000 UN, what's the use of it? What the hell, I don't need it at all. Boy Fang Fan, we are all decent people, don't do this, okay? Don't we all have to collapse in this mentality? Fang Fan boy, do you think I want too much? Then you can give me less. Give 2 million first? It's okay to give 1 million first. These are not big problems, but don't do this. I really can't stand it. The sound of beeping and beeping followed, and at this moment, the thoughts were flying in full swing. There is nothing to say about the other ones who have nothing at all, a heart that is extremely messy. Wanting to feel something, but unable to speak. There is only anxiety left in this heart. Unlimited anxiety, let alone tell anyone. Hip pulling. Hip stretching to the extreme. A heart is broken directly. Bai Piao gradually resented women. Woo 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 woo. Fang Fan boy, you can't cheat me with the fragments of the God Stone. I have a whole heart for you, you can't keep trying to trick me. Boy Fang Fan, do you know that we have to change our hearts for our hearts? Don't you know my sincerity to you? When it's critical, I'm willing to sacrifice everything for you. There is more than brotherhood between us. The friendship between us has been fully upgraded. Bai Piaoxu babbled, while talking, he couldn't help but walk towards Fang Fan's position, with a sense of enchantment all over his body. Fang Fan opened his mouth, intending to say something, but finally shut up. This guy is invincible. Talking here and there, it can be called a burst. For the time being, I only have hundreds of thousands of fragments of the sacred stone in my hand. I'll get you 100,000 first, you can use it first. If the rest is not enough, you exchange those treasures. Since these treasures can be so treasured by the Lord of Tianlin City, they are not ordinary products now. Exchange a little more, I need fragments of the God Stone. Fang Fan looked at Bai Piao, and said directly. That's what it is. I also want to sell those treasures, the key is to whom? The treasures looted from the inner vault of Tianlin City's Lord's Mansion last time are all stranded. There are tens of millions of fragments of the sacred stone. Tell me, who has the financial resources in our light camp and even the entire allied army? Even if it's Zhao Wei's father, the president of the Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, it's useless. He might not even be able to eat 1% of it. Too much. These goods can't be sold, and it's useless to store them. You kid is uneasy and kind. You kid just wants to trick me into taking over. Fang Fan, don't think I don't know your little thoughts. I won't be fooled by you now. Wrong. Almost made you change the subject. A total of more than 25 million pieces of divine stones. Are you left with hundreds of thousands? What about the others? Where are the 25 million pieces of the divine stone? Ah! Even if you kid is alone, you have to find a better excuse. How long have you been here? Since I handed over the fragments of the God Stone to you, has there been an hour in the past? Bai Biao pursed her lips, while talking, her eyes could not help but twitch slightly. Thinking secretly in my heart, all kinds of thoughts suddenly rushed in my mind, everything was silent. The more I think about it, the more chaotic the thoughts in my heart become. In Bai Biao's eyes, there are only fragments of his God Stone now. And now he is very convinced that his fragments of the sacred stone were cheated by Fang Fan. Fang Fan smiled wryly. What could he say? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3804. Who let him raise a big stomach king? In fact, generally speaking, he should be rich in the world now, and there are so many various star cores and God Stone fragments that are nervous. But this kind of thing really can't be counted that way. For the Big Eater alone, he has hundreds of numbers under his command. 10 legions, hundreds of soldiers, all of them. No matter how much you feed, you can't get enough. How many fragments of the Star Core God Stones have been earned have to be spit out? If there were fragments of the Divine Stone, I would have given them to you long ago. The key is that there is none. That's the key. It's all spent on them, it's used up. If it wasn't for the improvement of their combat power, it wouldn't be so easy to escape from the siege of Tianlin City, wouldn't it? Actually, if that's the case, it's a good thing. This is equivalent to saving Brother Bai Biao's life. So, what else is there to pay attention to? It's all so literally laid out here. Take it as an investment from Brother Bai Biao to them. Fang Fan nodded and said calmly. Bai Biao. Good guy. What kind of rhythm is this? Are you fooling him for a fool? Does he look like a fool? We can't do things like this, right? How embarrassing is this for me? My brain is buzzing. All kinds of thoughts were completely messed up in my mind, and I didn't know what to say at this moment. I see it completely. You kid is not a good thing from the beginning to the end. Sounding so high sounding, in fact, there is only one meaning expressed, and that is to cheat my God Stone fragments. Why? Fang Fan, ask yourself, how many times has this happened? Can't you go and cheat other people, /? Do you have to catch me a sheep and pluck its wool? What does this mean? Bai Biao pursed her lips. At this moment, there really was an extraordinary feeling that those who heard it were sad and those who saw it shed tears. The more I said it, the more it felt wrong. Thousands of thoughts, messy consciousness, this can still be called a hammer. It's messy, the whole person is completely messy. Aren't other people as proud as Brother Bai Biao? Fang Fan shrugged and spoke the truth. Bai Biao's complexion turned dark, and he didn't want to speak at all at the moment. Say a dick. It's all said and done. It's in place, isn't it? A wave of bells and whistles. Just play so fast. Stimulate. So exciting. Boy Fang Fan, you have to remember the kindness of this envoy. When you become prosperous in the future, you must not kick me away. How many sacrifices have I made for you? Why? Every time I can't live without you. It's hard not to see you for a day. I don't know what happened. Bai Biao was deeply moved. While talking, his eyes couldn't help but focus on Fang Fan. While speaking, his lips murmured, which became more and more uncomfortable. What? How do you say this? All the rhythms are completely messed up, aren't they? This extremely emotional gaze, coupled with that ambiguous tone. While speaking, Bai Biao actually showed off his enchanting figure. Absolutely, son. This picture is simply not too strong. Fang Fan took a deep breath, inexplicably feeling sick. Don't come. Let's talk if we have something to say. Be normal. The corner of Fang Fan's mouth twitched, and he quickly stepped back a few steps. Invisibly, there is something wrong with the atmosphere. The whole person was numb. Excited to fly? Ah! Let you pit my god stone fragments. It's got to make you sick too. The corners of Bai Piao's mouth fluttered slightly, with a look of embarrassment. At the same time, the location of the west side of Tianlin City. The third-class god General Talha of the Protoss climbed up from the pit tremblingly, and couldn't help but tremble all over his body. Too painful. The extremely entangled feeling trembled crazily in his mind, and his whole body went numb. I want to say something, but I can't express it in many words. Thoughts seemed particularly confused. Feeling restless, I don't know who to talk to. Feelings of restlessness swept over him, and he only wanted to deal with this matter quickly. If this goes on like this, no one will be able to hold on anymore. The surging heart gradually became numb. On his body, there were 7 or 8 bullet holes that were still bleeding out, and the armor on his body was completely soaked in blood. At first glance, this appearance looked quite scary. For a moment, as if he didn't know what to say, he could only look at everything in front of him numbly, then muttered his lips, speechless. Excitement, let me tell someone. Nearly, almost killed me. They weren't so strong a few days ago. I almost killed him a few days ago. I would have made it if some bastard hadn't blocked my way. Why did they become so powerful in just a few days? How did this group of mysterious foreigners cultivate? I didn't take the opportunity to kill him back then, leaving behind a great disaster. If this disaster is not eliminated, I don't know what will happen in the future. How to do? The matter is already in front of us. If we don't deal with it properly, something will really happen. The growth potential of this group of foreigners is too great. Maybe the next time we meet, they will be able to instantly kill me. Gudong. This is my Tianlin city and the biggest threat to my Protoss. Talha thinks that he is farsighted, he thinks he can analyze all the situations in front of him with precision. But so what? No use at all. Failed repeatedly. Every time he found traces of these mysterious aliens, no one would believe him. Where are people? Where did the person go? Pursue. What are you doing here? Speed up. At this time, Quaid, the second-class general of the Protoss, and Rugaz, the third-class general, arrived late. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, reprimanded him without saying a word. Ah! Sir General Could also believes that those people are not the elite of my Tianlin city. Didn't Lord Cade Excalibur just insisted that it was my Tianlin city elite? Was it arranged by the city lord? If God General Cade had been able to decisively pursue those mysterious aliens with me just now, they would never be able to escape. Another such good opportunity was missed. Damn it! Damn it! How could I, Talha, stay with you idiots? Talha had nothing to fear now. Between the words, it seems very aggressive. Even in the face of his immediate boss, he didn't take it seriously at all. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3805. Seeing his brother being so reckless, Rugaz, the third-class god general of the Protoss, couldn't help but kicked him, wanting to remind him to be careful. What kind of occasion is this? Do you have no points in your heart? Is this the place where you can come and play wild? Come here to roar? This is completely unnecessary, okay. In terms of this mentality, it must be completely collapsed, but if there is any accident, all of this will follow. Why can't you understand such a little thing? This matter should not be underestimated. What did you kick me for? I know what I'm talking about. What chills me the most is that you didn't even believe me just now. Now I am even more convinced that what I met in the city before was this group of foreigners. Why did the mayor's wife cover them at that time? If it weren't for the city lord's wife, I would have thoroughly investigated that group of people. Could it be that the city lord's wife is with them? The city lord's wife is a foreigner lurking in. The wife of the mayor is a spy. Talha immediately developed infinite associations. Say what comes to your mind without any hesitation. Anyway, in this matter, you must show an attitude. Otherwise, it would be too embarrassing. Rugas looked desperate. His brother is really crazy. How dare you say anything? Don't know what the situation is now? Are you really not afraid of being executed by the city lord? Without evidence, why did you drag the wife of the city lord in to stir up the water? Do you still think things are not big enough? He dragged the mayor's wife into the water, and frequently abused his immediate boss as an idiot. It's really invincible. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, had already turned green. Even the city lord has never been so rude to him. Today is a long experience. At the same time, inexplicably felt that this face was also swollen. Mentality, collapse on the spot. Damn stuff. Sooner or later you have to settle the bill. Damn it. Damn it. Thinking of these, I feel more and more unhappy in my heart. At the same time, there is also an extreme sense of resentment sweeping across the board. Hip pulling. Hip stretching to the extreme. Talha. It's fine if the city lord doesn't ask about this matter. If the city lord intervenes, you will be fully responsible. You incompetent bastard. You chased halfway and returned without success, and you still speak so eloquently. Snort. If it wasn't for your incompetence, as long as you restrain them for a minute or two, our rescue will arrive. But you, a bastard who is greedy for life and afraid of death, just watched this group of people flee, and you hid instead. Among my Protoss, there is no cowardly bastard like you. A muttering sound followed, and Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, began to show his power. This was also the initial thought in his mind. If he caught this group of foreigners, he would get a share of the credit. If you don't catch it, you're going to eat melons, then you can shift the responsibility to Talha, and you will feel happy immediately. Talha. Can you still play like this? I have seen shameless people, but I have never seen such shameless people. Isn't it okay to have a limit to being shameless? At that time, I was the only one chasing it bravely. What did you all do? They are all laughing at me behind my back. Well now, something went wrong and I am the only one responsible? Despicable. Dirty. Talha gritted his teeth, and wanted to hold his head high and show off a posture. This matter can't just be so chaotic. What the hell? Gotta do something, right? Otherwise, this hurdle in my heart will not pass. What the hell, just go up and do it? The more I think about it, the more confused I become. Thousands of thoughts, confused consciousness, this feeling, let alone tell anyone. Talha. Don't contradict. Sir General Cade is doing it for your own good. Don't. Lugas frantically hinted at Talha with his eyes. Although this brother has a bit of a head, but this matter cannot be reckless. Anyone who is so reckless will cause problems. This thing is not a joke. Dangerous. The crisis is on full display. After thinking in place, the whole person was dumbfounded. The gaudy feeling is also numb. Nothing. What's the use of talking nonsense to Quaid now? If you say 1,000 things and 10,000 things, others are better than you. After all, he is a second-class general and your immediate boss. General Cade, General Talha, General Lugas, the city lord is calling urgently. In the distance, a herald with a cold face came. As the herald of the city lord, he still has arrogance. The third-rank official of the Prime Minister's concierge is very real. Call us. There are still many battles at our west gate. Some can't go away. Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, thumped in his heart, vaguely feeling that something was about to happen. This feeling trembled wildly in his mind, and it seemed extremely clear for a while. My mind was full of thoughts, my consciousness was messed up, and my whole body went numb. I don't know what to say at this moment. Rhythm, pull hips. The feeling landed directly. It's nothing, nothing. In the current round, in the end, how should I say it? If you can't stand still, you will all have to pull your hips. The city lord said it was an urgent summons. The battle in the West City, the city lord will send someone else to deal with it. General Quaid, do you want to resist the order? The herald snorted coldly, looking very dissatisfied, and waved the whip in his hand in the air, and there were hunting sounds in the air. Quaid, the second-class god of the Protoss, changed his face. Oh shit. Isn't he just a trash herald? What's so special about it? Give you a face? After all, labor and capital are also the second-class generals of Tianlin City. Quaid's face was dark, and he almost burst out his emotions directly. Displeased, extremely displeased. You bastard, what the hell are you trying to do? Do something? Continuous. It seems really crazy. Not even a little bit crazy. Nothing. The more I think about it, the more annoyed I feel in my heart. We'll be right there. When he raised his head, Quaid had already changed his face, appearing very earnest. This is the way to survive. It should be stable or stable. This herald is a small person, but if he is really beaten, it is tantamount to not giving face to the city lord, that is, beating the city lord. This crime cannot be borne. The more I think about it, the more unhappy I feel. But no matter how upset he was, he could only smash his teeth and swallow it in his stomach. The city lord must be asking about the group of foreigners. No, when the battle situation is so tense, how can the city lord care about such a small matter? Is it the news that you secretly revealed? Talha? Are you working secretly? Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, glared at Talha with dissatisfaction. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 3806. General Cade, I don't know anything about this. I'm also the ones who just found out. Where did I get the chance to inform the city lord? All along, we've been in everything. Please use your brain a little bit next time God General Cade suspects me. Although I see you are very upset, but it's not enough to make small reports behind your back. Talha pursed his lips, and he was merciless in attacking his immediate boss. Anyway, this attitude is so arrogant and casual. Everything is seen. Now Talha has only one wish in his heart, and that is to kill those mysterious aliens. As for promotion or something, there is no temptation for him. In this way, you will not be so timid to your immediate boss. Snort. I'm sorry you don't dare. When you are in front of the Lord City Lord, don't talk nonsense to me. Keep your mouth tight. Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, gritted his teeth, and finally gave a warning. After finishing speaking, his eyes couldn't help trembling, and he couldn't help but glanced aside. The tension in his heart was beyond words. I still can't grasp it at the moment. This thing, if you are not careful, it will be over. Break down a little mentally, definitely, nothing will happen. This situation is broken. It's full of bells and whistles, and it's completely broken. Nothing. Just for fun. Come to the central command site and enter it. At this moment, Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, was furious inside. Waste. A bunch of trash. What's the use of it? Idiot. They're all idiots. Do you know how many treasures there are? It's more about one of my deadly magic weapons. Ah. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, got so annoyed that he yelled directly. That kind of resentment, let alone talk to anyone. Mentality, full blown. I can't wait to tear all these people in front of me to pieces. Restless and in excruciating pain. In the depths of the eyes, endless murderous aura is gathering. Die. All must die. The more I think about it, the angrier I get, and the more I think about it, the more unhappy I feel. Gradually, the whole person became numb. The rhythm is out of order. Consciousness also collapsed. Gudong. As soon as he walked to the door, Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, panicked. If this F***ing thing passed, wouldn't he be beaten to death by the city lord? The city lord's extremely annoyed look is simply not too scary. All of this is true. In this chaos, how to proceed? When the moment is missed, it will be cool directly. The more I think about it, the more anxious I feel. With the heart of a bastard, let's talk to someone. Damn thing. It's all a bunch of dogs. The more I think about it, the more unhappy I get. My lord, General Cade, General Talha and God Lugas are coming. The herald waited for the person to come over, and then he ran away. Didn't you see that the city lord is already a little crazy? Staying here will definitely end badly. It is true to look for opportunities to escape. It's normal to have some sense of panic and fear. It can only be said that this is indeed human nature. If you are really fearless, that is really weird. Coming. I heard that you are chasing a group of people wearing our Tianlin City soldiers. Who are they? It is said that this group of people is extremely fierce and helped you repel the enemy army at the West Gate. Is there such a thing? The sinister gaze of the city lord Cassius pushed across, which was almost a full-scale questioning. Having said so much, if you want to hide something, it will definitely not work. The situation is already chaotic. Consciousness is also a little unclear. This. Did something happen, Lord City Lord? The second-class god of the Protoss turned Quaid's eyeballs, his eyes gradually trembled, and his thoughts gathered directly. The mentality is gathered here, and the rhythm is completely chaotic. The more I think about it, the more flustered I feel. My brain is buzzing, and I can't grasp it now. He needs to know more information, so that he can do things better. When the time comes to shirk responsibility, you can also avoid the important ones. Damn it! My city lord's treasury has been ransacked again. These damn thieves. The guards of the city lord's mansion are all trash. One counts as one, pull them all out and behead them. What's the use of raising your trash? Humph. It will only add to my confusion. The yelling was gradually in place, and the gnashing of teeth was fully displayed. This mentality, let alone tell anyone. In the mind, everything is in the silence. The lord of the city, Cassius, trembled his gray hair, and his eyes flickered endlessly, as if he wanted to completely silence everything in front of him. The second-class god of the Protoss moved Quaid back, and he became even more flustered. Damn it! Fortunately, I stabilized my mentality just now and didn't say anything. Otherwise, he is also being watched now. What's wrong with you? Please speak. Did those thieves escape from your west gate? City Lord Cassius asked directly. No. No. Absolutely not. No. It's not like that. Absolutely not. My lord, don't worry. My west gate is as solid as gold. I will never allow anyone to break in. Quaid, the second-rank god general of the Protoss, quickly assured him. If I had known that group of people were so important, I would have stopped them even if I lost half my life. But now there is no regret medicine to take. The only thing I can do right now is to clean up my responsibilities as much as possible. Otherwise, this shitty thing can't go on at all. Who the hell knows what to do next? There are waves of bells and whistles, and the rhythm is completely chaotic. The more I think about it, the more angry I feel. The thoughts in my mind came together, and my heart was beating wildly. Damn it! Just make trouble. Just follow the noise. Let's see what it will look like in the end. My thoughts and consciousness are messy, and everything is completely stretched. Nothing, just play. No. So, are these people still in the city? Then we need to strengthen the search. So, there is still a chance to find my treasure. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, rolled his eyes, and various thoughts gradually floated in his mind. The loss of more than 20 million divine stone fragments was not the most distressing thing for him, but the most unacceptable thing for him was that a section of the divine ladder he finally obtained was also gone. God ladder. That is a gift from the true God. The secret to becoming a god is hidden in it. Absolutely, absolutely no deviation. At a time like this, you must stabilize all of these. Thinking of these, the emotions of the whole person fluttered. My mind is full of thoughts, my consciousness is chaotic, and my sense of rhythm is gradually strengthening. Call. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, heaved a sigh of relief. It's almost over. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3807. If the city lord wants to find it, let him find it, and he can't stop it. But after that, he doesn't need to follow along. Anyway, it's over. Others don't have to worry about it too much. Is this a life saved? Master City Lord. It was those foreigners who stole your treasury. They're out of town now. Talha, the third-rank god general of the Protoss, stood up and immediately broke the news. This revelation completely sold Quaid. Quaid's expression changed instantly. Damn it! Turtle son. What the hell is it just thinking of cheating labor? Don't you feel unhappy if you don't cheat labor and capital? Shameless. Despicable. Dirty. How did labor and capital come across such a fool? Am I against you or what? Do you have to trick me like this? As for what? As for what? Originally, this shitty thing is over, this thing is over. The lord of the city wants to check, just let him check. Anyway, when the time comes, just push 4, 5, 6 and just say that you don't know. Originally, this matter was mysterious, and many things were still unclear. Others are avoiding it, so you bastard is going to make a fuss about it? What are you thinking? It means, if you don't kill me, you will feel uncomfortable, right? The more I thought about it, the more I felt entangled in my heart. The chaotic heart then burst out in an all-round way. Numb. Totally numb. The more I think about it, the worse it feels. What? Ran. Already ran away. Run away from your West City gate. You sure? You bastards, why don't you stop them? Damn it. Quaid. Didn't you know nothing just now? Are you kidding me? I don't know how important this matter is to the city owner. If you don't want to live anymore, just tell me. I'll send you away. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, drew out his sword, and there was still a trace of blood on it. While speaking, he directly placed the saber on the neck of Quaid, the second-class general of Tianlin City. Boom. Quade's heart trembled, and he immediately knelt down. Damn it! Sure enough, he found his head. He knew it was going to be like this. Anxious heart, who can I talk to? The more I think about it, the more I feel ashamed. It was as if his face had been slapped countless times. Panting sounds followed, and his face became extremely gloomy. Quaid glared at Talha viciously. This bastard was clearly here to trick him. This account must be properly settled. But at the moment, it's still, let's settle the matter in front of us first. Something is wrong. Something big happened. The rhythm is completely messed up. The more I think about it, the more I feel the chug in my heart. Chaotic rhythm, completely burst out. Nothing, just play. But for now, let's pass this level. If you can't pass this level, you still have to die on the spot. My lord, don't be angry, my lord. You listen to me. At the beginning, there were indeed a few people who rushed out from the west gate. But they are wearing the uniforms of our Tianlin city soldiers. I was alert at the time, and felt that something was wrong, so I sent General Talha to stop it. Who knew that God Talha would be in front of him because he was afraid to continue chasing him because of fear. Just like that, the group of people ran away. Who? Yes. That's the way it is. My lord, this matter has nothing to do with me. It's all Talha. God Talha is in charge. I'm not very clear about the specific situation, so naturally I dare not speak nonsense. Quaid, the second-rank God General of Tianlin City, trembled, and said quickly. At this time, there is no need to say more about the others. Hurry up and stabilize your mentality, stop talking nonsense. The more I think about it, the more fear and anxiety I feel in my heart. Those terrified images seem to be unfolding crazily before their eyes. For a moment, he directly put on a pain mask for himself. Difficult to go to the blue sky. Don't know. Can you shirk responsibility if you don't understand one sentence? Damn it. It is because I trust you that I let you guard the West City Gate. Now that something so big has happened, you, the coach, are still shirking responsibility. Asshole. A bunch of trash. You just said that Talha stopped moving forward? Didn't dare to pursue. General Talha, I need an explanation. Otherwise, don't blame me today. The city lord Cassius shook his head, and then there was a sound of bones colliding. Cassius's teeth were clenched together tightly, and he was already ready to kill. If you continue like this, you will die in pain. At the moment, I just want to vent all the anger deep in my heart. Vent. Keep venting. Otherwise, who can stand it? Damn stuff. Master City Lord. Even if you kill me, your treasures will never be found. Rather than that, why not let me help you hunt for treasure? I am so familiar with this group of foreigners. I've dealt with them too many times. Hasn't the Lord City Lord ever had any doubts? Our City Lord's mansion is so tightly guarded, and the City Lord's mansion treasury is even more so. In this case, it is stolen frequently. Forget it for the first time, maybe relax a bit. But this is the second time. And since he has already stolen the first time, why would he steal the second time in the same place? It stands to reason that they have just stolen it before, and these foreigners will take it for granted that there are no treasures in the inner treasury, and it is empty. This is the inherent thinking of normal people. And obviously, what they show is not the thinking of normal people. How did they know that the city lord moved all the treasures in the Tianlin city warehouse to the city lord's mansion warehouse? Unless someone tipped them off. In addition, he brought this group of foreigners into the inner warehouse of the city lord's mansion with ease. Using this person as the internal response, I stole the internal treasury again without disturbing anyone. The traitor. There is definitely a traitor. Talha's eyes lit up, and after such an analysis, the whole person's dead end was revived. This time the more I think about it, the more definitely this is the case. A traitor. Is there rebellion? Isn't the language of the Protoss and that group of aliens incomprehensible? How does this traitor communicate with them? Is it by gesture? Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, froze for a moment, looking a little confused. This rhythm is not right. It also sounds a bit fanciful. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3808. Master City Lord. As far as I know, the foreigners we captured before have been through a period of time and know some of their simple languages. In the long run, we only need a period of time to get used to it, and we will be able to master the language of that group of foreigners. We can do this, so naturally the group of foreigners can. Even, the way they learn our Protoss language may be more effective. In this case, they will have the opportunity to bribe the people in the City Lord's mansion, and then carry out a complete looting of the City Lord's mansion's inner treasury. Master City Lord. You must trust me. What the humble official said is all true. Trust me, trust me. Talha took a deep breath, and while speaking, all kinds of thoughts were boiling in his mind. The more I think about it now, the more exciting I feel. Thoughts are messy, and feelings are sweeping at full speed. The more you think about it, the more it seems to flourish. It is more than words. Stimulation, there is really a different kind of stimulation. The more I think about it, the more excited I get. My lord, Talha is a lunatic. Where did the mole come from? It's a complete fantasy, don't believe what he said. This guy just wants to shirk responsibility now. Don't look at the way he talks here, he is actually just talking on paper. If something big happens, the first one will run away. My lord, don't be fooled. My lord. The second-class God General of Tianlin City, Quaid slightly raised the corners of his mouth, and immediately began to apply eye drops to Talha. Now Quaid is extremely disgusted with this guy. Don't talk about the good things that ruined yourself, but still want to continue to perform in front of the City Lord? If your kid is really favored by the City Lord, it will be really difficult to deal with it in the future. Etc. Fantasy, after all, there must be. Our enemies like to play cards out of routine. The traitor, the traitor. What you said makes sense. It is very likely that there really is a traitor. Hateful. Extremely hateful. You son of a bitch. I knew there were a lot of problems here. At that time, why didn't I notice it at the time? Talha. Tell me, who is this traitor? Talk. Don't worry about it, the City Lord will make the decision for you. If you can retrieve the treasure of the City Lord, the City Lord will reward you a lot. Cassius, the Lord of Tianlin City, took a deep breath, and his face gradually turned red. When he spoke, the veins on his forehead popped out, which looked quite scary. Kind of like that. My lord, this traitor is probably someone close to you. Talha groaned, and couldn't help but glance around. When he looked at Quaid, Talha's gaze stayed for a few seconds longer. The second-class general of Tianlin City, Quaid, was immediately in a mess. Grass. What the hell is going on when you keep looking at me? What a bastard. What a jerk. Thinking of this, his complexion suddenly became ugly. What the hell is going on, don't you even count in your humming heart? What are the facts? The situation? These things must be fully grasped. You've been doing things here all this time. Do it continuously? Who can stand this? What a jerk. Isn't it because you want to take labor and capital? Talha, that bastard, has long been annoyed at me. If I slandered him so much just now, this guy might have already hated me in his heart. In this case, what can we do? Damn, damn. If he really identified me, it would be over. My lord city lord is not in a good spirit because he lost his treasure. If we do it again, who can hold it? Good on. It seems that something is really going to happen. It's really bad luck. Oh shit. If I am targeted by the city lord, it will be completely over. Before Laozi dies, La Talha must go into the water. If you want to die, die together. A person dies and a bird turns to the sky, and he will not die for thousands of years. What is it? Quaid bit his lip, his eyes flickered, and then frantically began to build himself mentally. At this moment, if you don't keep your head down, it's really about to explode. The more I think about it, the worse it gets. They're all bastards. My lord, my lord. The enemy forces at the East City Gate are attacking across the board again. The East City Gate is a little bit overwhelmed. Master Blood Toad God General requests reinforcements. At this time, the messenger rushed over. The battle is urgent. Quaid breathed a sigh of relief. Well done. Hurry up and get the city lord away, so that he can survive. Roll. Cassius, the lord of the city, looked fresh and refined when he rolled the words. With a single word, he directly suppressed the crazy consciousness, with a strong sense of rhythm. The messenger opened his mouth, and couldn't help reminding again, the person the city lord loves. Lord Bloodtoad said that if there is no support, he may not be able to hold on. Kaka, before the messenger finished speaking, Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, made a move, grabbed the messenger's neck from the air, and then twisted it off abruptly. The imagery was very strong. The audience was silent. No one dared to speak. The Santo, really crazy. It's all right now, even the innocent orderlies will not be spared. Noisy thing. Can't you hear the words of the city lord? Tell you to get out and still dare to talk. Talha? Keep talking. Who is the traitor? The city lord decided to tear him into pieces. The body of the city lord Cassius twitched slightly. While speaking, his eyes were all focused, and his breathing gradually became rapid. Thinking secretly in my heart, various thoughts suddenly rushed in my mind. The more I think about it, the whole person feels completely fluttering, and everything goes without saying. Stimulation, now the stimulation is really in place. A sense of takeoff, more with whom to say. The current rhythm is extremely strong. The feeling of invincibility makes the whole body and mind weak. Cool. It's so cool. It's over. I am done. I might die unjustly. Talha. Talha. This god will not let you go even if you are a ghost. Asshole. Why did you allow you bastard to stay in my legion? It's all right now, let yourself go in. The second-class god general of Tianlin City, Quaid, seemed extremely weak at the moment, thinking silently in his heart. His thoughts gradually became chaotic, and his brain suddenly buzzed. Right now, I feel that the picture in front of me is pulling my hips little by little. The taste in it is even more telling to that person. Rip, rip, fearless. Stab. Full thrust. The feeling is flying. Why don't you talk anymore? What are you stammering for? Is it him? Or is it him? Is it your immediate boss Quaid? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3809. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, frowned, then looked at Quaid who was already nervous. Slap. How could Quaid, the second-class god general of Tianlin City, be able to withstand such a stimulus at this moment? His body limply slumped on the ground, his eyes wandered, his lips murmured, and he didn't want to speak at all. It was too exciting. There is a sense of silence in the moment. Quaid wanted to howl, but he didn't know what happened. Now he had no strength in his whole body, and he couldn't even scream. Speaking of which, he was also a second-class general of Tianlin City who was killed in the sea of blood and corpses, but if he really faced death, the sense of panic in his heart would immediately gather in place. Too flustered. The mentality is comprehensive and the rhythm is completely hip. If you can't grasp it, everything will collapse. Nothing. Playing is just playing. The more I look at it, the more my head hurts. The more I feel, the more my thoughts explode. I can't taste that kind of taste. It exploded. It exploded directly. It really is you. Damn it. Is this self-inflicted? Oh shit. The city lord's punishment is still useless. Just lie down. Waste. Only a waste like you can do this kind of thing. I humming killed you. Damn it. Labor and capital treat you well? How dare you team up with that group of foreigners to steal my treasure? Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, made a gesture to rush over to kill Quaid. Quaid's eyes trembled wildly, and he was still speechless, but his legs and feet felt a little weak. Dead, soon to die. It's really unbearable to be wronged to death like this. It's so uncomfortable, it's too painful. Bastard. One is counted as one, all the hum is not a good thing. My lord, wait a minute. The traitor I'm talking about is not General Cade. At the critical moment, Talha rescued Quaid with a word. Whirring. Good on. Forget it, you kid told the truth. Good on. City Lord, this matter has nothing to do with me. Really? My loyalty to the city lord has never changed. My lord, my heart is like the rough sea, it never stops. My lord, my heart is like. Quaid didn't dare to speak just now, seeing that he had resolved the crisis. The chatterbox suddenly opened up. The more he talked, the more excited he became, and the more he talked, the rosier his face became. Excited heart, trembling hands, you just need to feel it to know what it's like. Shut up. Do not talk nonsense. Labor and management sound like a headache. The city lord Cassius glared at Quaid, although he put away his sword impatiently. A little vision to see something that is not there. What's the use of talking nonsense now? Now who the hell wants to hear your crap? Labor and management are upset. Talha. Tell me who the traitor is. If you keep jiggling, you will be the first to be attacked by labor and management. Damn it. No one will let the labor and management worry. Grass. You said that the traitor had a close relationship with me. Who is it? Talk. It can't be Laozi's own son or daughter, right? Hurry up and talk. Don't talk nonsense. Why is it so difficult to listen to you? Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, has already sharpened his sword, and he can't wait to smash Talha into thousands of pieces. He hated this kind of bastard stuff that made a fuss. If you finally find out that this guy is a liar, you will die. Master City Lord, it's not your son or daughter, but your wife, City Lord's wife, Madam 17. As for the name, I really forgot. It's called, what is it called, Chien? Talha shrugged, then spoke directly. The audience was suddenly silent. Everyone's eyes flocked to Talha. How dare this guy speak? What is the situation? You really have no points in your heart. The mayor's wife was pulled out. This is the rhythm for the city lord to kill his relatives righteously. Het. Het. This city lord thought you could invent a better candidate. You know how to fool labor and management here, don't you? Damn it. Are they all pig brains? What's going on in your head? You bastard. Nonsense. How could the owner's wife be a traitor? Are you trying to make my house restless, you bastard? Talha? What evil intentions are you hiding? Labor and management want to copy your 9 clans. The yelling increased, and the gnashing of teeth was fully displayed. Not much else to say, this feeling directly overwhelmed me, making me speechless. For a moment, an unnecessary sense of panic gathered in his mind, and he didn't know what to say for a while. Anyway, it's extremely exciting now. Talha. Don't talk nonsense. Don't say anything without evidence. Talha. Why don't you kowtow to the city lord to admit your mistake? You must be too eager to catch those foreigners, so you started talking nonsense. Rugaz, the third-class god general of Tianlin City, wiped the cold sweat from his forehead, and then couldn't help reminding him. This matter is already noisy enough. I can't stand it anymore. I really can't hold it anymore. Anyway, just thinking about it like this, cold sweat was dripping all over my body. A heart full of fear, I don't know how to express it at all. Chaos, too messy. There is no order in the chaos. I can only stand there dumbfounded, and then appreciate it silently. My mind is full of thoughts, and my consciousness is even more messy. I'm not talking nonsense. My lord, don't rush to kill me. Right and wrong, don't you know if you call MRS-17 over and ask? However, according to my humble guess, MRS-17 should have already escaped. Talha shrugged, and while talking, his face showed a confident expression, as if he had already explored everything thoroughly. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, held up his saber, his brows frowning into Sichuan characters. The saber in his hand was hanging in the air, but he couldn't fall down. He suddenly had a very bad premonition. Is what this bastard said true? Was it his 17th wife who was a traitor and ganged up with foreigners and ransacked the inner treasury of my city lord's mansion twice? What a shame! What a shame! Originally, the treasury of his city lord's mansion was ransacked twice, which is shameful enough. Well now, the stigma is still intensifying across the board. Thinking silently in my heart, the whole person was completely stunned. Check. Go and check. Bring Madam 17 over here. Bring it here directly. Go. Go. What are you waiting for? A bunch of trash. What's the use of raising you? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3810. Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, rubbed his forehead, and now he felt that his blood pressure was about to rush through his whole brain. Those messy pictures kept appearing in my mind, and I didn't know what to say for a while. All these things came together. First, the gang from Disha City and Huangji City came to besiege. Now it is the second time that the inner treasury of the city lord's mansion has been stolen. Most importantly, the divine ladders are all lost. It shouldn't have been put in the internal library in the first place. Hey, at that time, the main consideration was that I was afraid of being taken away on the battlefield. Damn it! 100 secrets and a sparse. 100 secrets and a sparse. I will not give up until I find my divine ladder. The expression of Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, gradually became distorted. Thinking silently in my heart, holding my hands tightly, the urgency is vividly displayed. Now I can't wait to rush out of the cage. Can't help it. I can't help it. Soon, the person sent out returned. My lord, I can't find Madam 17. I heard from the guard that MRS 17 went out before, and she went out with many people at that time. Oh, by the way, Shen Qiu, who guards the inner treasury of the city lord's mansion, also went out together. Several people walked together at the time. I can't find it now. The messenger brought back new news, and it seemed that this was indeed not good news. It sounds like a choking panic. Can't find it? Did Shen Qiu go out with Madame 17? Both of them are traitors. Asshole. Why didn't the city lord see it? This couple is definitely an adulterer. Asshole. I don't know when we hooked up together. Let me say, this time I have such a tight defense arrangement for the inner library, how could I be ransacked without the slightest movement? So it was collusion between inside and outside. Yeah, that looks right. That must be the case. Find this bitch for me. Get Shen Qiu wanted. It's hard to guard against a house thief. It's hard to guard against a house thief. Asshole. How did it become like this? The lord of the city, Cassius, had a gloomy face, and it seemed that there were drops of water dripping down his face. Now this excited and irritable idea suddenly exploded in his mind, and he didn't know how to suppress it. Yes. The whole city must be searched. We must not let them go. Dare to plunder the inner treasury of the Lord City Lord, you really have the guts of a bear. Knowing that it's a dead end, but still twitching towards this dead end. Must get to teach them a lesson. It's like this, absolutely unbearable, just go up and beat them, and kill them directly. The sound of babble babble followed, and the posture of gnashing teeth was fully displayed. While talking, the black line on the forehead was fully displayed. Such a mentality, let alone talk to anyone. The more I think about it, the angrier I feel. I can't wait to kill everything in front of me. Quaid, the second-class god general of the Protoss, was even more annoyed than Cassius, the city lord. He needs to find a sympathy with the city lord, so that the city lord can value him more. In all aspects, there are actually routines. You shut up. What nonsense are you talking about? Are you qualified to say that there are some or none of these? Also search the whole city, who are you searching for? People have already run away. They escaped from the West City gate that you defended. You bastard, you are the biggest culprit. When I see you now, I can't hold fire, I wish I could just strangle you to death. Damn thing. Do you know how much the city lord has been delayed? The city lord Cassius' eyes were red, and when he thought of losing his divine ladder, the anger in his heart became more and more uncontrollable. Her lips trembled, her thoughts were expanding, and she wanted to completely tear everything in front of her eyes clean. Excited, surging, indescribable. Snapped. In the end, Cassius, the lord of Tianlin City, still couldn't help it, and slapped the second-class god of Tianlin City far away with his big mouth. The blood was flowing on the ground, which made people feel dazed for a while. With an excited heart and trembling hands, you can only know the specific situation after feeling it. I got my life back. Call. I, Quaid, are the one with great luck. Goodong, goodong. Just now, I can actually feel it just now, the city lord really wants to kill me. In the end, I don't know why, so I held back. That's a good slap. Just one slap saved my life. It's just a blow. The pain will pass after a while, but my life is saved. It is indeed saved. Goodong. The second-class god general of Tianlin City, Quaida, took a deep breath, thinking to himself, his panting involuntarily became rapid. Thousands of thoughts, confused consciousness, everything is silent. The more I think about it, the more excited I feel. Such a feeling, directly surging to the end. My lord, the most important thing now is not who to blame. The most important thing is to find this group of foreigners. And catch them all. Only in this way can we get back your treasure. Gu Sha, the first-class god general of Tianlin City, stayed aside and did not speak. It was useless to say anything before, and in the end he would be envied by the city lord. He didn't want to be beaten all over his head in the past. Now that the city lord's hotspot has gradually stabilized, his chance has come. Go up and say a few more words, and express yourself clearly, and you will basically be stable. The matter is such a thing, the situation is such a situation, and it feels quite real in all aspects. It can also completely collapse in thought. Not a big problem. Take back my treasure. Yep. Brother Gussa, your words startled the dreamer. I was really a little too excited just now. Because they haven't run far, if we go after them now, we might still be able to catch up. Quaid. You did this thing, you go. You go and chase it back for me. This group of foreigners can't be chased back, so don't come back either. Go. Go. The lord of the city, Cassius, took a deep breath and pursed his lips in place. Ah. This. My lord, I can't, I really can't. I still want to stay by your side and protect you. The armies of Disha city and Huangji city are attacking the city now, how can I leave you? The subordinates are willing to do everything for the city lord. To die. The roaring sound was fully displayed, and all kinds of excitement trembled wildly in his mind. Quaid, the second-class general of Tianlin city, quickly expressed his loyalty.